especially as of late. They just love to say something negative about you.
Shout out to that dude from NFL Network who basically said Kyler Murray had the worst interviews and board work
Charlie
he's ever
Casserly,
seen.
who's 18-46 as a GM of the Houston Texans. How many washouts and failures and busts did you draft? Didn't you draft Amobi Okoye?
Didn't they talk about Cam Newton having like the worst board work when he was going through the combine?
Yeah, they called him stupid pretty much. It's always a black quarterback. And they also, just Charlie Casserly is wrong about a lot of stuff. He's one of those old white dudes who I really have no respect for and pay no credence to when they talk. They're just paid.
Is there a worse punishment than if I sent you to have tea with him and Bill Polian? Is there a worse torture for you?
There is, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not speaking into existence. And it'll be a conflict of interest, so I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. But honestly, yeah. Pretty much saying that he's like, because someone had a bad interview, mind you, they at the combine, they keep these guys up hours on end with no sleep. Ask them questions like, are you gay? They probably asked, do you suck dick and all types of nasty, weird shit. Because one dude got asked, do you have both? Chris Boyd, I think, the quarterback from Texas, cornerback. Somebody apparently asked him, do you have both testicles?
Wow.
Yes, they were firmly planted inside your mother and on her face. That's what I would have said.
Here's my whole thing.
And your wife was jealous.
Here's my whole take on
and
this
your
whole
daughter
situation.
kind of like, see, I'm an asshole.
I think Kyler Murray, like, honestly, was not having it. Like,
he wasn't going for the dumb bullshit.
I feel like because he's already been through the draft process in the MLB and he essentially really doesn't have to be here, he really didn't care.
You're not going to talk to me any kind of way.
Or he knows the Cardinals are going to come get him, and so he's not really trying.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need to try, frankly.
And yeah.
His tape speaks for itself. But
I wish those questions all would get exposed so we could know who's asking them, so we could go after them accordingly.
The counter argument, the thing I want to know is, so we went from talking about literally, Kyler Murray hasn't played a game since this whole phenomenon has happened.
Played good against Alabama, too.
But he's essentially gone from a potential first-round pick he went from playing baseball to probably playing football to probably playing football.
I said he never had a chance.
To playing football to going to the first round.
Yep.
To now being considered for a top 10 pick to now being the number 1 pick, literally in a span of 3 months.
Oh, not only that, he went from.
And people still consider him, like, if he would have came out last year, people still consider him the 5th best quarterback in that draft class, which is really twisted that they would give up Josh Rosen if they essentially, if the essential consensus is Rosen is better than anyone else in this draft.
If I could have Kyler Murray over Josh Allen, I would do it. Because Josh Allen is the big.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Like, Josh Allen is that recruiting tight end of NCAA 2009 or 2011. Where he has like 78 speed, like 72 strength, 97 throw power, 78 accuracy. And I'm saying this because I know, and I played a lot of NCAA. That's just how that algorithm works. But he's like 6'6", 240 or 250.
You're saying he should play tight end.
And his run blocking is like 60. His run blocking is like 68 or 70. His pass blocking is like 62, 65. Yeah, or 59 usually. But that's literally, like, that's his skill set. I honestly think that Tyree Jackson out of Buffalo is better than him. But as I said at the Combine and other spots, he taught himself how to play quarterback. He couldn't afford any QB coaches. And I think, like, Steve Smith was yelling at him, telling him to stop throwing so hard at the Combine. Like, a guy like that, a kid like that, you could coach to be great. Now, when I look at other guys in this draft, what I don't see is that.
Why is nobody talking about Haskins, even though he's the one who actually did go through the drills at the Combine?
And people still had stuff to say about him. Like, that's my point. I look at Haskins and he threw great. Like, he showed up and he slung it.
I'm telling you,
they
bro.
His release to Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know about that.
They compared it like. Can you honestly say Haskins?
Aaron Rodgers had a weird ass release coming out. That's one of the reasons why he didn't go number one. He threw the ball from literally at his fucking ear.
But also,
like, there's literally tape of him holding the ball at his ear.
But you also,
I remember seeing that as a kid. Like, what the hell is this guy doing?
I was like, how did Cal beat USC? I still don't understand. Oh, they had Marshawn Lynch and Deshaun Jackson on that team,
and Foster
and Cam Jordan, I think. But anyway,
was that the Cal team that? Oh yeah, that's what you just said.
Yeah,
I'm stupid. I got CTE and PTSD.
It's cool. We all do. Who's that in the chat room?
I don't think it. There's one. Okay. He said, Key said, we will not speak ill of Cam Newton, sir. Well, I wasn't speaking ill of Cam Newton.
Nobody was.
The coaches were.
All the white people were talking shit about Cam Newton. I'm going to just say it because I don't care about these pundits and their positions, because honestly, I don't understand how most of the talent in the NFL is black, but most of the talent evaluators are white. Explain that shit to me, please.
I mean, honestly, even look at the blogosphere and the media world. Like, how many draft announcers are black? Bucky Brooks?
Bucky Brooks.
And you've had some
shit. He holds it down. But he said some suspect shit. He said some suspect shit. I called him on it.
Yeah, Louis Riddick?
Louis Riddick was, I was like, where are you at? And I'm like, oh, wait, no, he's just making good business decisions. And it's like, yeah. In the end, he was right. But that's why he's still on TV and he's not actually getting a job, because he's too good at his actual job, which would be that job. But, Mike Mayock gets to run an organization with
we'll get
no
to
experience.
That. That's actually a good segue. So pretty much what I'm
It's so good to be white, even if it ain't right.
All right, so...
Is that the title of the episode?
Maybe. All right, so pretty much let's do touchdown and turnover with some storylines from the combine that basically went down.
Charlie Casserly.
Went down from the press conferences of teams, specifically out here on the west side.
Charlie Casserly looks like he survived polio, but still has part of his face with the polio.
Because we are on Pacific Standard Time, and this is the West Coast. So I'm gonna start with the Raiders since you brought them up. First of all, so last week, if we would have did this segment, it was about how the Raiders finally got a deal done with the city of Oakland, and we're essentially going to return for the next 2 years on a $7 million rent this year and $10 million rent next year, because the city still owed like $97 million.
They took their ex back.
Yeah. But anyways, the deal was done. It was going to go through. Now this week there's been some hold up in terms of the training facility in Alameda and basically the Raiders' rights to that over the duration of them transitioning from Oakland to Las Vegas. So let me ask you this, man. Is this deal with returning to Oakland, is it a touchdown or is it a turnover?
It's a turnover.
Why is that?
For the simple fact that if you broke up with your ex,
okay,
and y'all didn't have the money to move out and live on your own, but you stay together, 3 things are going to happen. Y'all going to smash again. Y'all going to fight about smashing and then probably smash again. And you're ultimately going to hate each other because, like, yeah, y'all smashing, so I guess that's cool. But really, there's no love there anymore.
Oh.
All love lost.
That was really sad.
Bar.
That was really sad.
That was a life bar.
Yeah, man.
Chew on it.
I'm going to say it's a touchdown just because.
But am I wrong, though?
No, you're not wrong. I see what you're saying.
I hit everyone in the field.
But I'm going to say it's a touchdown only because, like, regardless of all the drama and the politics around it.
Your ex let your broke ass stay at her house for an extra 6 months.
Exactly. And so the Raiders had nowhere else to go. And the fact that they're going there, they're going to their home, like, that makes me happy that the city of Oakland is going to get 8 to 16 to hopefully, hold on, let me add 3 playoff games in there. That's 6. So what is that? 8 and 8, 16, 19 games. There you go.
That's a lot of preseason games.
Oh, I forgot the preseason games. All right, so 19
AAF games.
That's 23. So if they win the Super Bowl back-to-back years, that's 26 games in Oakland, assuming they get home field advantage. They go 12 and 4.
If the AAF was smart, they would be trying to build a team in Oakland right now.
I'm sure they will. They got one in San Diego. They need to just get their funding together. All right, next up, man. So, big story of the week. The Oakland Raiders, essentially Mike Mayock, John Gruden, blowing smoke up the media's ass. I don't know. Are they being nice? This dude is really drinking a can of ice cream right now. Hold up. Why did I record that? Holy shit. This big man across my way is really drinking a bucket.
Fam, you've seen me drunk on Henny and multiple shots.
You should have put some Henny in that, actually. Then I could have respected you.
I'm going to go buy some Spumoni. That shit has rum in it.
Anyways,
it's liquor-infused ice cream. Spumoni, go to Giuliano's.
So Gruden,
unofficial sponsor of this podcast.
So Gruden and Mayock pretty much said Derek Carr is their franchise quarterback. He's their guy.
He's one of our franchise quarterbacks.
Is that a touchdown or is that a turnover?
That's like when you got a girl or a dude.
Okay, what's up with all relationship analogies?
Don't relax. I didn't say anything yet.
I'm just saying because it's personal to me because I'm a Raider fan still, and like some people on this podcast.
Because everybody's had relationships in this room, and you don't want to actually out yourself, so don't out yourself. Just listen to the analysis and relax. So, you almost made me forget my point, but it's like when you have a someone, but you're really looking at a something else. And you're kind of like, do I really want this someone or do I want something else? So you kind of just play with the idea of having that something else.
It's your carpe diem. It's your seize the day, and so you gotta make the best of it.
It's like I could leave you right now and go back to that person and then leave that person. And even if that doesn't work out in my mind's eye or whatever, I could still come back to you and it'll be okay. But you have no leverage.
Yeah, you're a dirtbag.
You have no relationship.
You
have
are
no leverage.
You
are
a fuckboy.
Whoa, first off,
as we've said the past few weeks, this is real fuckboy logic right here.
No, I am not.
This is fuckboy logic right here.
No, I'm a Pisces, so I've technically been every other sign, so I understand people's feelings, thoughts, and emotions better than they do sometimes.
Okay, Ricky Williams.
And I didn't need to be high to do that. And
Ricky Williams doesn't need to be high either.
Yeah, but I don't have a bunch of kids out there.
Hey, shout out to Ricky Williams, man.
I don't have a bunch of kids out there.
I heard him on a certain podcast I listen to every week, but Kenny told me I can't name drop it anymore. But yeah, he's doing really well, man. He got some cannabis business. He was runner-up in Big Brother. He's doing well.
Why was he on Big Brother?
Because he wanted to get a bag.
That show, yeah, that's true, but that show was terrible.
I mean, he almost won it.
I would rather get caught with like fake cocaine.
You mean crack?
No.
You mean crack?
No. I was gonna say whatever the white girls at these clubs be fucking snorting, but anyway, because that's not cocaine. But
yeah, so I think
I'd rather be caught with like some lame table salt.
I'd rather be caught doing a podcast with you and your lame ass jokes.
But you laughed, so was it really lame? And you've been in Hollywood, you've seen girls who are coked out, but they're really just on Oxy or Perk or whatever.
No comment. I don't comment on my days.
I didn't say you were doing it. I said you saw it.
I'm domesticated now.
Okay. I'm the only one who had a hookah lounge phase. All right.
Yeah, you definitely
I'm the
did.
only honest man in this room.
Did.
I'm the only honest person in this room. Fine. Cool.
I'd rather smoke a Capri Sun than smoke hookah.
Hey, I was a different person before I came to CSUN. There was like a 7th. Once I got my AA degree,
Bro,
there was like a
hookah does nothing for me other than I can post an Instagram story of me blowing out smoke. Okay. No head change, no nothing, no relaxation, nothing. Just $40.
I swear,
and a fucking Instagram story.
Well, my homie had a free hookup, so I never paid for hookah. But yeah.
You see that hookah to go? That hookah to go.
Always
Instagram?
played. Yeah, Pass Me the Hookah always played, and like man,
hey.
Like you find out a lot about beautiful women. In
That's when I didn't like Young Thug. I didn't understand him back then. Now
From 2012 to 2014, like
I wasn't fucking with the whole rich gang shit.
I believe you. I know you weren't.
I was really.
I was like, he got promised, but I can't really fuck with you right now. That was how a lot of people felt about Young Thug. But anyway.
So, yeah, Derek Carr, pretty much, I'm going to say it's...
I totally forgot my analogy, but they were totally going with it.
I'm going to say it's a turnover, and here's why. If the Raiders are in a full rebuild like they've been alluding to, then what's the point in paying a quarterback who's, top